Hello scrapbookers, this is Megan and I am back today with day number 8, 9, and 10, I believe is what I ended up doing for this video. So this day is the day after we found out my tire had been flat. And if you haven't seen my day number 7, you'll want to go check that out because that layout was a lot of fun to make. And I kind of explain the story behind my flat tire. I'm not going to go into that right now. So I'm just going to kind of explain to you what I'm doing. So the day number 7, I had done a bunch of sequin pockets, and I also had used some washi tape on the back of that Starbucks little carafe coffee holder thing, whatever that's called. I have no idea what it's called. So please tell me if you know, because it's driving me insane that I can't remember what it's called. And I, being silly, I didn't cover it up before putting it in the pocket. So you can see this ugly yellow piece of washi tape. So here I'm just trying to go through all my stickers and find a couple that would nicely cover up the washi tape. And I decided to go with these two. It's a little heart and then a tag that says Holiday Memories. So I was thinking I would put the day on that page, but I'm going to change my mind and I'm just going to put it here. This is going to be my title card, and surprisingly enough, these are the only 2 photos I am going to have on this day's spread. I took a lot of photos this day, but there wasn't really anything that super important about the other photos, so I just decided to go simple for this day, which is kind of amazing for me. I don't really like to keep my December daily simple. I don't know why, but I like to make sure I am documenting every day, and every day a lot of shit happens. Like, seriously. So I just always feel like telling more than one story in my December daily, and I enjoy that. But on this day, I was like, you know what? This is the most important story of the day, so I'm just going to tell this one. And it kind of helped me not feel like I was going crazy, because by this point, I was so super behind. This video I recorded on the 21st, and that day I literally spent the whole day scrapbooking, and it was kind of nice. My kids just did their own thing and I did my own thing, so it was nice to be able to get caught up. Okay, so now here you can see I'm just kind of making some mats for my photos to go onto. The Canon Selfie is the printer that I use to print off my December daily photos this year, and it does not print true 3x4. So I do have to put a mat behind my photos to make it true 3x4. And I did end up cutting both of these photos a little bit smaller just so that they didn't look so randomly put onto a mat. Like, I don't really like the way it looks with like a sliver of a mat. I like to be able to actually see the pattern. Okay, so here I'm going to write out my title, which is just going to be, "Oh, what fun." I know, it's super exciting title. I totally, I'm the best title maker there is, right? And I'm totally making fun of myself. And I'm just going to keep it simple, going to keep it at that. I did put that remember sticker right above the number 8. And I really, really like the way that looks. Simple is good. Simple is good. That is what I am saying about this page here. So I'm just going to straighten out the letters because they weren't straight enough, and I was wanting it to look straight. I don't always in this album want them to look straight, but for this title I did. I'm going to slip that title in there, and here I'm going to glue down this photo. I'm going to put it a little bit towards the top so that I can put down a couple stickers and embellishments on the bottom of that little card there. So I have this sticker that says December, and then I'm going to poke a hole or punch a hole right above it in the top right hand corner, and I'm just gonna put this Brad there, and that card is done. Super simple, I am telling you. I think this day was my favorite day to scrapbook because I let it be. I just let it be super simple. Okay, so now I am just using a simple lined pattern paper, and I believe that is from the Simple Stories DIY Christmas line. I had the 6x6 paper pad, which you can kind of see over there underneath my ATG gun. I also had a cute little scalloped border that I put at the top to kind of make a little decorative edge, and then I'm just going to do my journaling. And my journaling says Pete and his brother, Matt. Pete is one of our really good friends, and his brother Matt was visiting this week. So it just says Pete and his brother Matt came over to help / teach Mark how to change a tire. Yeah, my husband probably has changed a tire, but it was when he was in Boy Scouts or Cub Scouts, so it's been 20 years since he's done it. So he was like, I don't know what I'm doing. So he called his friend and was like, hey, can you help me? So anyway, they came over to help. My spare ended up being flat as well. So we couldn't even drive my car with the spare on it to get my wheel filled or replaced or repaired or whatever. So they ended up just driving my tire to the tire store, and they asked them if they could repair the tire, and they could because it wasn't like badly damaged. It just needed to be repaired. So it only cost $12.50. I'm glad we didn't have to buy a whole new tire, and it works just like new. Mark went into work a few hours late that morning. I was so glad he could take care of it for me. And I was absolutely thrilled that he was able to take care of it because, yeah, I did not want to have to deal with that. Okay, so day number 8 is done, and now I'm going to move on to day number 9. And for this day, I kind of had a couple different ideas. So this day started out okay. I went into my son Tinian's class. I helped out. I usually go in once a week, but I wasn't able to go in earlier that week because I had a busy week sorry, I can't talk. I had a busy day on the normal day that I go into his class. So I asked his teacher if I could come in on Friday. So I went in on Friday the 9th. And so that photo on the left is just a picture of Tinian with the rest of his class. Tinian is the one in the blue shirt on the very far right of the photo, which I know I'm covering it up right now. I'm sorry about that. I will try to point it out if I can see it again. So here I am doing this second photo, which was a photo of my 3 boys watching the movie Home Alone. And so first off, I'm just going to write Home Alone in green, and I wasn't going to write anything else. And so you can see I'm moving on to this photo of me with my dog Max on the couch. I decided, okay, maybe I want to do more journaling on the photo of Tinian with his class. So if you can see on the far right of that photo that's on the left-hand side, that is Tinian in the blue shirt and black pants. Well, there's like 2 kids standing right next to each other. He's the one on the far right, and they're wearing like the exact same colors. I found that hilarious when I realized that. Okay, so here I decided to pull out this card of the boys watching the movie, and I'm going to move the word home over a little bit. It was just too close to the far left side. And then I'm also going to add the word watching to the top because it just looked weird and it sounded weird that it just said Home Alone on it. So I have it say watching Home Alone. And at this time, I'm thinking I'm going to do just photos on this day's spread. But that photo of Max and me on the couch sleeping is actually from the 10th. But that is exactly what I did the night of the 9th was I just slept on the couch all night because I was sick. So I was thinking I was going to use it on the day number 9, but it worked out to use it on day number 10 after all. So here I'm kind of moving things around. I am going to use this cute little tree pattern paper, and I'm just going to have that be my number card. So I'm going to glue that number 9 in the middle, and that is going to be it for that card. Super, super simple. And then I am also going to do some journaling. So I will just cut out a red piece of paper and do some simple journaling. Here I am going to mess and fiddle with the idea of using that same piece of paper, but it was cut into 2 different strips and the strips didn't match up. So I'm going to throw that out the window eventually. I don't think I do it anytime soon. Oh, here I do. Okay, so I pulled out some red paper from my bin of December daily products, and I am going to do my journaling on here. You can see I am really trying hard to use those 2 scraps. I don't know why. I just had it in my mind that I needed to use them. So for this card, I am just going to journal about, well, here, I can just read it to you. So it says, I went into Tinian's class to help out for an hour. They were getting their wiggles out as I was leaving. So that's a picture of them dancing to, I think she had pulled up YouTube on her computer or something. I don't really know how she does it, but she projects it onto the whiteboard for them. And I think that's so funny that she does that, and I love it. Okay, then it goes on to say, as the day went on, I got sick. I laid on the couch with Max watching Judging Amy's. The boys watched a movie, and Mark went to a game night at our friend's house. I was so sad I was sick and couldn't go. We had all planned on going to this game night at our friend's house, but when I got sick, Mark was just like, well, why don't you just stay home? The kids can stay home and watch their movie, because we like to do movies every week, especially during Christmas time. So the kids were really excited that they got to stay home and watch Home Alone. That is one of their favorite Christmas movies. Okay, so now I'm moving on to day number 10, and I had this scrap piece of paper, and I'm going to cut it down to a 4x6, and I forgot that this pocket is not exactly 4x6. It's a little bit bigger. I don't know why. I guess because, yeah, I don't know how it could be bigger than 4x6, but anyway, it is. So I'm just going to end up gluing the little piece off, or gluing back on the little piece that I had cut off. And now here I am just trying to add a bit to the top because it wasn't tall enough, which is fine. I had planned on doing that, and I'm okay with doing things like that. Like, that's totally fine. It doesn't bother me. So here I'm going to glue those 2 pieces of paper together, and then I'm going to glue the photo on top of it. So I just set it on top of the pocket to make sure that it was going to fit perfectly. And then I trimmed down the edge that was hanging over a little bit. Okay, so now I'm going to glue down my photo. I'm also going to put down the title. That's what I'm doing now. And I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do. I was thinking about doing Sick Day or Sicko or, something funny. I was kind of feeling like I wanted it to just be a funny, sick title, but it didn't work out. Instead, I'm going to have it say Max Cuddles. And then I will just kind of journal and go into more depth on the journaling card. So now here I'm just going to put down the title, and I am also going to put down the number right next to the title, to the right of it. Okay, so now here I'm thinking, okay, I really don't like how I had taped that paper back together. So I'm just going to cover that part up with this border strip, and that works out perfect. So I'm going to use a couple more stickers to embellish this photo, and then I'm also going to pull out some of these DIY Christmas enamel dots. I'm going to put 3 of them up there, and that is it for this card. Oh, I didn't glue it down, so now I'm just going to glue it down and then stick it in the pocket. Okay. Oh, and I forgot. I do need to glue down the number for the day, and I could not find my, there they are right there actually in front of me. What are those called? 3-dimensional adhesives. Okay, so that pocket is done, and now I am going to move on to the 2 3x4 pockets. So I had printed off these 2 photos. One of them is a picture of Brennan staring up at a bunch of toys in Toys R Us, and the other one is a photo of the kids watching a movie and a bunch of presents under the tree, because I had wrapped a bunch of presents that night. So here, my photo was just a teeny tiny too small, so I did matte it behind some red paper. I am going to use this kind of ugly paper. I really don't like this pattern. I don't know why I decided I needed to use it, because I really I just do not like it. Oh well, I ended up using it, and I'm putting a border on the bottom to cover up the branding strip that's down there. And to do my journaling, I'm going to just use this red paper scrap and one of these journaling pens. These are my favorite journaling pens. I got these at Target. I think it was like a set of 5. And I love using them. I need to actually go buy more because I'm running out of them, because I push too hard on my pens or my markers, and then they go dull. Yeah, I'm kind of bad about that. Anyway, so my journaling says, I slept most of the day and felt better after dinner. I took Brennan out shopping for Jonas and his school Secret Santa gift. I love hanging out with him one-on-one. He helped me wrap the gifts when we got home. So I'm going to end up pulling off that green border strip, and I am going to glue the whole journaling piece down, and then I'm going to put the border back on top of it so that you can see a little bit of red underneath the border at the bottom. And I think that is it for this layout. I hope that you are enjoying my December daily series, and I will be back soon.